Hello students, in this video I will explain you about the thalamocortical pathway. Okay, that is including the thalamus and the cortex. Now this pathway is also known as basal ganglia pathway. Basal ganglia pathway. Now what is basal ganglia? What is it? So first we'll see what are the components of basal ganglia. What does basal ganglia includes? The basal ganglia, it includes the caudate nucleus. You can see here in the diagram. It includes the caudate nucleus, the putamen. Okay, these are the parts of the basal ganglia of the brain. The caudate nucleus, the putamen. Now there are pathways in the brain. Okay, there are various pathways which are required for functioning of the body. Okay, so I am going to teach you one pathway in this video, that is the thalamocortical pathway. So these are the components, and the main component of this pathway is the basal ganglia. Okay, now it consists of caudate nucleus, putamen. Okay, please remember. Then it consists of globus pallidus. The globus pallidus has two parts, internal and external. Okay, this is the thalamus. Okay, it consists of amygdala. Okay, there is amygdala which is located within the temporal lobe and has a similar embryologic origin, but functionally is part of limbic system. Okay, next is the substantia nigra. Okay, this is the substantia nigra. Okay, and subthalamic nucleus. Okay, so please remember the important components of basal ganglia, which is also known as basal ganglia pathway or thalamocortical pathway. Caudate nucleus, putamen. Okay, this is the caudate nucleus, putamen. Globus pallidus, this has internal and external part. Amygdala, which is not seen in this diagram. Substantia nigra. Okay, this is the substantia nigra and subthalamic nuclei. So these are the components. See, again I'll show here. Caudate nucleus, putamen. Okay, globus pallidus has internal and external part. The thalamus, the subthalamic nucleus, and the substantia nigra. Okay, so these are the various components of basal ganglia where the thalamocortical pathway is present. Okay, now we'll proceed further. What is basal ganglia? Okay, what is basal ganglia? First we'll see the basic. What is basal ganglia? It's a basal nuclei. What is ganglia or basal nuclei? Now, if we study neuroanatomy, in neuroanatomy, what is nucleus? What is nucleus or the plural nuclei? The nucleus is a cluster of neurons. Now, right now I spoke about the caudate nucleus. Okay. So, what is the nuclei? So, nucleus in neural anatomy, that is a cluster of neurons in the central nervous system. So, one nucleus, it consists of lot of clusters of neurons, and neurons are what? The cell bodies and the axon. So, it consists of clusters of neurons in the CNS, which is located deep within the cerebral hemispheres and the brainstem. The neurons in one nucleus usually have roughly similar connections and functions. So when you take neuroanatomy and the nucleus, or when we are speaking about nucleus in the neuroanatomy, these are the cluster of the neurons. Lot of neurons are present in the single nuclei. Okay, in the single nucleus. Okay. So it is the cluster of neurons in the central nervous system which are located where? This nuclei are located deep in the cerebral hemispheres, right and left cerebral hemispheres and the brainstem. What does brainstem consist of? Midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata. This is the brainstem. And these neurons have the nucleus, which have very similar connections and the functions. So the nucleus are nothing but the cluster of neurons. Okay, they are the cluster of neurons. And you know the neurons are the functional and the structural unit of the central nervous system. So one nucleus consists of cluster of neurons. So now what is basal ganglia? What is basal ganglia? Basal ganglia are a group of subcortical nuclei of varied origin in the brains of vertebrates including humans, which are situated at the base of the forebrain and the top of the midbrain. So what is it? Basal ganglia. These are the subcortical nuclei. Okay, they are the group of nuclei. They are group of clusters of neurons. Okay, and they are located where? At the base of the forebrain and top of the midbrain. There are some differences in the basal ganglia of primates. Now, basal ganglia are strongly interconnected with the cerebral cortex, thalamus and the brainstem. So, the basal ganglia are connected with the cerebral cortex, the thalamus and the brainstem, as well as other areas of the brain. You understood? And what is the function of the basal ganglia? Control of voluntary motor movements, procedural learning, habit learning, eye movements, cognition and emotion. So these are the functions of the basal ganglia. So basal ganglia are the nuclei which are present in the base of the forebrain and top of the midbrain, and they are strongly interconnected with the cortex, thalamus and the brainstem. And they involve the functions of voluntary motor movements, procedural learning, habit learning, eye movements and cognition. So there are various pathways which are included. Okay, so if you see, this is the thalamus. Okay, this is the motor association area. This I have spoken about this in the functional areas of the cerebrum in my video on the functional areas of the cerebrum. Now this is basal ganglia, so you can see the parts of the basal ganglia. This is the substantia nigra, subthalamic nucleus, globus pallidus, externus and internus. So these are the parts of the basal ganglia. Okay. Now the main components of basal ganglia are the striatum. It consists of caudate nucleus and putamen. So striatum, it consists of caudate nucleus and putamen, which I have shown you right now, and the ventral striatum, nucleus accumbens and olfactory tubercle. Okay, the globus pallidus, the ventral pallidum, the substantia nigra and the subthalamic nucleus. So these are the main components of the basal ganglia. In this topic, thalamocortical pathway, I will emphasize more on the striatum, that is the caudate nucleus and the putamen, the globus pallidus, that is internal and external, the substantia nigra and the subthalamic nucleus. Okay, so the basal ganglia are the group of subcortical nuclei which are situated at the base of the forebrain and the top of the midbrain. Okay, they are strongly interconnected with the cerebral cortex, thalamus and the brainstem. Brainstem includes the midbrain, the pons and medulla oblongata. The basal ganglia, okay, or the subcortical nuclei, they are included in the control of voluntary motor movements, procedural learning, habit learning, eye movements, cognition and emotions. Okay, and the main components are the striatum, the caudate nucleus, that is striatum includes caudate nucleus and putamen, the globus pallidus, ventral pallidum, substantia nigra and subthalamic nucleus. So these names you have to remember. Okay, so these are the parts of this I have shown you. Okay, caudate nucleus, putamen, globus pallidus, subthalamic nucleus, substantia nigra. So these are the components of the basal ganglia. Okay, now we'll proceed further. What is the substantia nigra? First we will see what is substantia nigra, or first we will see about the striatum. Okay, we will see first about the striatum. What is the striatum or corpus striatum? This is one of the component of basal ganglia. This is also called neostriatum and is a nucleus or the cluster of neurons in the subcortical basal ganglia of the forebrain. The striatum is present in the forebrain, which is a component of basal ganglia. The striatum is a critical component of motor and reward system. Okay, it receives the glutamatergic and dopaminergic inputs from the different sources and serves as the primary input to the rest of the basal ganglia. Okay, so input signals, you get the input signals in the striatum. From where you get the input signals, we'll see when I proceed further. But just remember, the striatum is a nucleus, a cluster of neurons of the forebrain, present in the forebrain, and it is included in the motor and reward system. And it receives these are neurotransmitters. So what does corpus striatum receives? Glutamatergic and dopaminergic inputs. Okay, and these inputs are further forwarded to the components of basal ganglia. Okay, now the striatum, it is also coordinate the multiple aspects of cognition, including both motor and action planning, decision making, motivation, reinforcement and reward perception. Now this striatum, so these are the functions of the striatum, you have to remember: cognition, planning, decision making, motivation, reinforcement and reward perception. Now the striatum is made up of what? Caudate nucleus and the lentiform nucleus. The lentiform nucleus is made up of larger putamen and the smaller globus pallidus. So this striatum, okay, this I have mentioned in my previous videos also. So this striatum consists of caudate nucleus and the lentiform nucleus. Okay, so the striatum consists of caudate nucleus and the lentiform nucleus, and this lentiform nucleus is further made up of larger putamen and globus pallidus. Clear? So corpus striatum, it consists of caudate nucleus and lentiform nucleus, and lentiform nucleus is further made up of putamen and globus pallidus. Okay, so this was about the corpus striatum. Okay, this was about the corpus striatum. Okay, so in my previous videos I have mentioned this corpus striatum, it consists of caudate nucleus and lentiform nucleus, and this lentiform nucleus consists of putamen and globus pallidus. So this form one of the component of basal ganglia. Okay, now the next component of the basal ganglia we'll talk about is the globus pallidus. Okay, now what is globus pallidus? It's a Latin for pale globe, that is also known as paleostriatum or dorsal pallidum. Is a subcortical structure of the brain. It consists of two adjacent segments, one external known in rodents simply as globus pallidus, and one internal known in the rodents as antepedunculated nucleus. So you have to remember just one thing, that okay, the striatum, it consists of caudate nucleus and the lentiform nucleus, and lentiform nucleus consists of two parts, putamen and globus pallidus. Okay, now globus pallidus is divided into external and internal part. Okay, just remember this, globus pallidus is divided into external and internal. Now these are the parts of telencephalon, but it retains close functional ties with the subthalamus in the diencephalon, both of which are part of extrapyramidal motor system. Okay, so globus pallidus is in connection with the subthalamus in the diencephalon. Okay, and also it is a part of telencephalon. Okay, it is a part of telencephalon, and there are functional ties of globus pallidus, that is functionally it is in connection with the subthalamus in the diencephalon. Okay, Diencephalon, you all know it consists of thalamus, epithalamus and hypothalamus, both of which are part of extrapyramidal motor system. The globus pallidus is a major component of basal ganglia with principal inputs from the striatum and the principal direct inputs to the thalamus and the direct outputs to the thalamus and the substantia nigra. So what they are saying, the globus pallidus, they receive the inputs from the striatum, and from the globus pallidus there are output signals to the thalamus and substantia nigra. So globus pallidus receives the signals, the input signals from the striatum. Okay, from the striatum it will receive the signals, that is input signals, and from the pallidus, from the globus pallidus, there will be output signals that will go to the thalamus and substantia nigra. Okay, so we'll study the pathway later on. Now we'll go to the other part, that is the substantia nigra. What is substantia nigra? Now substantia nigra is a basal ganglia which is situated is a basal ganglia structure which is located in the midbrain. Okay, this is the one of the component of the basal ganglia which is located in the midbrain, and it plays an important role in rewards and movement. Substantia nigra in Latin is the black substance reflecting the fact that parts of the substantia nigra appears darker than the neighboring areas due to high levels of neuromelanin and dopaminergic neurons. Now, substantia nigra is one of the component of the basal ganglia which is located in the midbrain, and it plays an important role in rewards and movements. In Latin, it is known as black substance because substantia nigra, it appears very dark as compared to its neighboring structures. It is a very dark structure. So you can easily come to know that this structure is substantia nigra because it is very darker as compared to the other neighboring areas. And why it is dark? Because of presence of high levels of neuromelanin. You know, melanin is a pigment. So neuromelanin is a pigment in the CNS. So neuromelanin in dopaminergic neurons. Okay, so there are high levels of neuromelanin dopaminergic neurons which gives black color, dark color to the substantia nigra. Okay, so we studied about substantia nigra, globus pallidus, corpus striatum. Okay, now the next we will study of the component is the subthalamic nucleus. Okay, this is all the components of the basal ganglia which I have talked in this video. The last is the subthalamic nucleus. This subthalamic nucleus is a lens-shaped nucleus in the brain where it is from a functional point of view a part of basal ganglia system. In terms of anatomy is a major part of the subthalamus. Okay, so subthalamic nucleus, it's a part of the basal ganglia system, and but this subthalamic nucleus is present in the subthalamus. The subthalamic nucleus is located ventral to the thalamus. So the subthalamic nucleus is located ventral to the thalamus. You can see here, this is the thalamus and this is the subthalamic nucleus. Sub means downwards. Okay, so it is located, you can see this is the thalamus and this is subthalamic nucleus. So it is located ventral to the thalamus. Okay, it is located ventral to the thalamus. Okay, so that is the part of the basal ganglia. So we talked about the caudate nucleus, putamen, corpus striatum. We talked about the globus pallidus, internal, external. We talked about the substantia nigra and we talked about the subthalamic nucleus. So this is the basic of the basal ganglia pathway. First, you should be aware of the components of the basal ganglia. Then only you can understand the pathway. Okay. So in my next video, I will discuss about the thalamocortical pathway or the basal ganglia pathway. Thank you, students.